Make a braided hairband with Ankara. Welcome to class. Yeah, so you get your fabric. Okay, this is my Ankara fabric. Okay, so I'm trying to measure how long it is. You have to be sure how long your Ankara is. Okay, when you're doing a braided hairband, you maybe for the first time, right? You need to just measure as long as you can. So I'm trying to measure 45. It's not necessarily 45, it's shorter than that, so that you'll be on a safer side. Okay, so when you are done with, you've tried your hands with one, then you know the exact measurement to use. Excuse me, I don't like to tell you, okay, this is the measurement, because you're going to weave it. Since you're braiding it, you need to, and your braiding might be tight or loose, so it's better it's longer, so that you're on the safer side. So our width is 3.5. That's the wideness, should be 3.5. Okay, and then we cut out. So we're cutting out 3 pieces of fabric, right? The Ankara fabric, as you can see. So now the next thing is to sew. You look for the back, turn it to the back, and then you do your running stitches, right? So you're going to do that running stitches for the 3. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. You just do your running stitches. Better still, you can still sew it normally with your machine. Okay, I like to teach with our hands because of those that do not have a sewing machine. Now I've done that. Okay, I'm going to lock it up. I'm locking it up, and so as we lock it up, I will try to turn it. We sewed the back, so I'll try to turn it inside out. Okay, so we'll try to turn it inside out, right? So I've used my scissors to turn it out. Okay, so this is it. You see that I've turned it out. So we are doing 3 of it, and then I use this, my, what will I call it that people will know now? It's a felt, right? It could be called a felt, right? That's what tailor use. So you could use foam, anything very soft. You could use this. You could use your soft material, like maybe organza, just to stock it in, to make it puffy. You cannot braid it flat, so you need something that is soft to puff it up. So that's what I did with this stuff. Okay, so I've done the 3. So I'm trying to put them together. When you want to start sewing, they have to be, you are starting from a point, and so you're putting the 3 together and pinning it. So you just pin it up to hold it, and then you start braiding, right? I will advise that when you're braiding, don't make it too tight. Okay, just be moderate, not too soft, not too tight. Okay, and then you sew, right? I said sew, no, not sew. I mean, you weave, you braid, right? So that's what I've done. Okay, so you look for the final part. There'll be a part that is smoother, so that's the part you're going to put on your hairband. So at the end, you pin it so that it doesn't loosen up. Now obviously this is longer than a normal hairband. It's better to do it that way, so that you can cut out the excess. Okay, so if you've done it severally and you're sure that, okay, this is how my hand is, it's very tight, then you now reduce the length of what you're cutting. Now we cannot put the black hairband like that. We have to wrap it. So I'm just cutting out the tiny pieces that I can use to wrap. Okay, it shouldn't be more than 2 inches or 2.5 inches, right? So we want to wrap the hairband that are going to be putting our braided Ankara fabric on, right? So you see how I'm doing it. So I finished wrapping. Okay, when you're wrapping, be consistent so that it will look beautiful. And so we want to place it on it, right? So we'll try to place it. You can see. So that end that you're going to use, there should be no foam or anything there. Okay, it should just be the Ankara fabric so that it will be too big. Okay, so we'll start sewing that point that is flat, that there's no foam. That's the place you're starting with. So you will tack it to the hairband. Now the beauty of this work is that because you wrap the hairband with fabric, you understand, so you have a base of sewing, right? So as you're trying to sew, you're passing through the hairband. You can see you will pass through it, try to hide your thread. Can you see? This is it's a very tricky part, so watch carefully. So you're hiding your thread, you're passing through the fabric on the hairband. As you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that the braided Ankara can stay on that hairband. Can you see? So that's how you go. You go through the braided hairband and then come out through the material on the Ankara. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm picking both the braided hairband and the material on the hairband. Sorry. Okay. Yes, you can see. So that's how you basically just try to hold them together. Okay. So you see that I'm trying to bring it out. You are not meant to see, we are not meant to see the thread. Okay. So when it comes out like that, you pass through the hairband itself. Okay. So that two of them will be together. Can you see? So that's how you're going to do it. Okay. And then you go again. And then that's just how you basically sew everything. Okay, just go through the braided Ankara, and then you pass through the fabric we use in wrapping. You understand? So that's it. Can you see it? Okay, so that's what you will do from beginning to the end. Okay. Okay, so that's what we have just done. We've gotten to the end, right? And so that same place that there is no foam, you tack it to the hairband. Let it be flat. Okay, you make sure it's firm when you're tacking, and you make sure it stays with the hairband, right? So you just tack it together. You can see what I'm doing. Can you see? So when you tack it, you make sure that it's firm before you stop. It has to be very flat and it has to stick to the hairband. Okay, so you have to tack it as many times as possible. Okay, you can see. And then you cut out the excess. The Ankara fabric is remaining, so you cut them out. We don't need those ones. You can see. So you just cut everyone out. You can see what's remaining there. Okay. So now I cut out. Let it just be exactly the length of the fabric. And now put my F-stick gum. I like to use F-stick gum for me because it holds more securely. But you can use any gum. Okay. So I put in my Peter Shan, the black Peter Shan. I put the glue there too. I put on that end part of the hairband, and then I hold it together just to cover that part. You can see. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for the other part. Okay, the same thing. So we'll just rub our glue, but I use the F-stick glue. Okay, you allow it to breathe for a while, and then you put on your Peter Shan, preferably black. Okay, you can see, and then you wrap and cover. Okay, you just wrap it nicely. You make sure that the glue, you know, has taken some hair for a while before you gum. If you don't do that, it might not, you see that it's hard to even remove. It might not, gum properly, right? Can you see? So you just cover up and then you cut out the excess. Okay. And then you just cover. You can see. Voila. So yeah, is a braided Headband. Yeah, so go on and create yours and start making cool cash, okay? Yeah, this is it. So simple. So those Ankara that is lying in your